Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today is Saturday, June 20th, the day before Father's Day. Yes, the day before Father's Day 2026. What I have here in this hand is the written description of what happened to me last Father's Day 2025 in this very location right back there. Yes, right back there. And the culprit, well, he's down here on the ground. So anyway, grab your favorite beverage. I've got, well, Bailey and I just got up from a nap. So it's late afternoon. We just got up from a nap and I have a nice cup of hot coffee. So grab your favorite beverage, sit back, follow along. This will take just a few minutes out of your day, but I think you might find it enjoyable. And let me know if this has happened to you. The title is Skunk'd on Father's Day. So here we go. Skunk'd on Father's Day. Ready? Sit back. If it's cold outside, turn on the fire and just bedtime story. Here we go. Skunk'd on Father's Day. The clock rang at 9 p.m. This is Bailey's and my signal to visit the backyard for the day's final bladder relief just prior to bedtime. Bailey is my 9-year-old adopted Coton du Toyer. He's a fancy dog, but he doesn't know it. So anyway, next line. A fancy, lively, smart, and affectionate breed known as the Royal Dog of Madagascar, averaging 10 to 16 pounds in weight. That's an understatement for him. However, apparently, no one ever told Bailey of his heritage because he, although smart and affectionate, enjoys very long naps and is pushing the scale at 42 pounds. That is the honest truth. I hate to sidetrack in this story, but there's a little bit of backstory. So Cotons are anywhere from 10 to 16 pounds, but this is the biggest one they've ever seen. And so anyway, 42 pounds. When his original parent passed away, he was moved around between the family members for a year or so, but none of them had the desire to keep him. But luckily, he found a new loving home here, and he has been happy since day one. That is true. And that was almost 3 years ago, 4 years ago now. I slipped on my shoes, sneakers, loosely laced, so I can easily slip them on and off just for this routine. At least they're not Velcro strapped, yet. We made our way to the back door. He's like a little magnet, always close by my side. I've grown accustomed to his constant presence, so I open the door slowly as to not bump the nose of my little furry friend. Always close by my side. Immediately, at the slightest opening of the door, the South Texas humidity rushed in. You know that feeling of opening the door of a hot oven when you put in a pizza, or a sheet of homemade biscuits, or a pan of lasagna, cinnamon rolls, fresh apple pie. I could go on, but you get the gist. Can you tell I've been watching my carb intake for a few months now? Ah, the cravings. I digress. It was a warm evening. The temperature was in the 80s, as I recall, which is the expectation for this time of year. As soon as the door opened enough for him to squeeze through, he bolted outside. I thought, wow, he must really have to go, but no. He had gotten the scent of an unwelcome back porch visitor. He rushed out to find it so he could explain that this is his territory and no one else's. This is nothing new. In fact, this behavior is a normalcy for Bailey. Even though he is only about a foot tall, he has the self-esteem and courage of a 200-pound Great Pyrenees. That is no joke. He often sits at the highest point of his backyard kingdom, surveying and making sure there are no intruders lurking about. His personal adversaries are the squirrels, which dance along the top of the fence line from time to time, and those which occasionally have the nerve to venture down into the grass. They routinely cackle and chatter at him from on high as if they are insulting his short stature. This only antagonizes him and makes him angry. I pity the squirrel that may accidentally fall from the top of the fence someday while Bailey is on patrol. As he leapt out the back door, he first went left to the iron gate for a sniff and a look. Finding nothing there, he turned and headed swiftly toward the rear fence with his nose to the ground. He resembled those bloodhounds in the old FBI TV show I watched as a kid. Those dogs could find anything with just a quick sniff of a hanky. Amazing. I wonder how many people got a bloodhound just because they watched that show. Bailey began to bark angrily as he made his way further into the backyard. My calls to stop and my yells of no went ignored. Suddenly, I heard a scuffle in the trees. This was concerning because I've never seen a predator or anything larger than a squirrel in our backyard. So, for there to be a scuffle, this was unusual. Did some wild animal jump the fence? Was it injured? Was it aggressive? Does it have rabies? All of these terrible possibilities ran through my mind as I tried to process what was happening. But then, as fast as the scuffle started, the scuffle ended. I then saw Bailey exit the line of trees and bushes. He seemed to be staggering, and he fell to the ground. He rolled and rolled on the grass. He looked as if he was wrestling with something, trying to get this horrible thing off of his back. I couldn't see well enough to determine exactly what was happening. It was dark, very dark. Only the small porch light was turned on at the time. Despite the darkness and the risk of personal injury, I ran toward him, prepared to attack and remove whatever type of predator had him in their grasp. As I got closer, I could tell he had indeed been attacked. I came to this resolution not with my vision, but with my sense of smell. The scent in the air was so thick and vile. He had, in fact, been sprayed by what I assumed was a skunk. Bailey was coughing and sneezing and rolling around on the ground. It's funny now, but oh my gosh, that night it was terrible. I was coughing and dodging his frantic movements. I wanted to avoid any chance of being splattered with this spray of wicked and evil venom. My eyes were watering. My nose was burning. For the next several minutes, all while gagging and gasping for fresh air, internet searches for how to remove skunk odor from a dog were feverishly performed. Settling upon the most common approach, a makeshift hazmat suit was assembled, consisting of vinyl gloves, long-sleeve shirts, protective goggles, and old shoes. For the next 2 hours, Bailey was bathed with a magic potion blend of baking soda, hydrogen peroxide, and Dawn dish soap. After extensive research, I determined that this is the agreed upon cure-all by internet users from across the globe. It was a challenging event for all involved, but we made it through. Was the magic potion of consensus effective? For the most part. Since that event, a year ago, several visits from the mobile groomer have occurred. Despite all of our efforts, there is still a slight presence of skunk with every puppy hug. I haven't dared replace his collar for fear of ruining yet another one. Although this was a horrible and sickening experience, it is one that will never be forgotten. Bailey did indeed give me a very unique Father's Day gift. One that will be remembered and preciously laughed about for years to come. Yes, I have to admit, I hope this was a one-time only gift. But there's nothing, absolutely nothing, like being skunked on Father's Day. Well, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. Bailey thanks you. He's right here, as you can see or hear. It's raining quite a bit today. There's been a tropical storm through here over the past week, and a lot of raining. So there haven't been much or many outside activities. So there's a lot of pent-up energy in this little puppy down here, who is sitting there watching over his backyard. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have a good Father's Day tomorrow. Have a sip. I don't know what Bailey and I are going to do. We may just stick around the house. But anyway, I thought I would share my experience of Father's Day 1 year ago. It was definitely memorable, laughable at this point. But that night, oh my gosh, I hope it never happens to you because it's terrible. It's terrible. All right, I've been on here over 11 minutes. So have a great holiday. Happy Father's Day to all you fathers, stepfathers, pseudo-fathers, faux fathers, whatever. Take care of your kids. I will see you next time, and have a good one. Bye-bye.